Hey everybody, it's Dr. Susan Bernstein, and I'm so glad to be with you here today to share about how to create head-to-toe confidence no matter what. And today I want to share with you something a little weird. Actually, I like sharing things that are weird and different because they're memorable and we're more likely to get innovative and try them out. So here's the thing. Confidence, I first wanted to say that confidence to me has four key elements. Four. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not 5, 4. Well, maybe it has more that I haven't thought of, and I welcome your ideas around it. But first of all, confidence is a mindset. It's how we think about what's happening to us. So let's say a client disappoints you, doesn't do what you expected. Your manager screams at you, and you're like, wait, I wasn't expecting that. I didn't want that. Anything that we experience that's unexpected, unwanted, part of it is learning, first of all, to work with our mindset. Second is learning to work with from the heart place of our emotions and dealing with how we feel. So if that client disappoints you, actually letting yourself feel the disappointment. If your manager yells at you, letting yourself feel the anger or the fear or the shame or whatever, or a whole mix of emotions, letting yourself feel those. That actually creates confidence instead of pushing away those emotions. The third place is sensations in the body. So when things come at us, we often don't realize it, but those experiences create sensations in our body. So if your manager yells at you, you might feel, a clenching in your gut or a knot in your throat or your back feeling all tense and tight, right? But we don't like those feelings generally, those literal sensations. And so we try to pretend that they're not happening. We push them away. That's not real healthy for us. So it's actually important for us to learn how to deal with that, how to experience those sensations. And it's something that I teach people in the work that I do with them. So that's third. And then fourth is our spirit, our energy, our soul. Bringing all the best of who we are to what we do. And one way for you to know about your spirit, if you don't think about it much yourself, is to think about what is something that you hear people say over and over again. You're so fill in the blank. So one that I hear, people who know me in person know that I'm very petite. I don't clear 5 feet tall unless I put a pair of heels on. And there's a word that they use like, you're so spunky. So I know that that's part of my own spirit. They're right. They see it. What is part of your spirit that you want to bring to things? So today you're going to see my spunky side because I want to bring you a technique that will help you when you get thrown off your game, when something you're not expecting hits you. So basically, this technique is a way to re-inspire yourself. What do I mean by that? When you're feeling tense, when you're feeling frustrated, when you're feeling hit by something unexpected, unwanted, you literally can stop breathing. Now, I don't mean altogether. That's a whole different thing. But you'll stop breathing at the same level, the same depth that you were before. So your breathing gets shallower, you tense up, and we don't even normally notice this. But if you can start to notice, oh gosh, I just lost my confidence, there's a funny thing that you can do. It's not something I recommend you do loudly the way I'm going to do it, but I'm doing it loudly so you can hear me as I do it. I learned this from one of my yoga and meditation teachers, and it's been a game changer for me. When I feel like everybody else, I don't walk around confident all the time, but when my confidence takes a ding or a hit, I use this these days. So here it goes. When you're thrown off your game, when things don't go as expected, when you want to get back on your game, re-inspire yourself, literally change your breathing. And what you want to do, this is crazy. Well, it's not crazy. It's just crazy if you think about like, what? I'm going to do that. You want to breathe in an irregular pattern, like randomly. So I'm going to do this for you as one way to do it. This is my randomness. You get to do your own. It's like something like this. do that for just somewhere between 30 and 60 seconds. Somehow it rewrites what's going on for you. We know that breathing is inspiration. It comes from the word inspiritus, to take in breath. And when we let ourselves breathe in different ways, it re-regulates our nervous system. So yeah, you probably don't want to do this as loud if, let's say, you're on a Zoom call with your team and all of a sudden, you know, your manager says something that upsets you and you're like, that would just be weird. People might think, are you okay? So you can certainly go do this in your own privacy to re-regulate. It's a way to be able to have a dial in your hand to dial up more confidence. Now, I want to invite you to try this technique and then drop a comment in the comments. Even if you're watching this, you're not seeing this live and you're getting to watch this afterwards, I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to know how this is for you. This is not theoretical. This is practical and applicable. And yes, there are people in the yoga and meditation world, in the mindfulness worlds, who do this. And I found it to be actually kind of fun. I have a confession that when I'm in traffic, I can get really tense. And I've been trying this when I get in traffic. Now, granted, there's not as much traffic as there used to be right now during the pandemic, but there's still traffic, right? And I'll be like, steamed at somebody. And I've learned to just be like, and nobody has to know I'm doing it in my car. And I actually don't care if the other drivers saw me. I'd have a good laugh about it because I'm doing something to shake things up, to try things differently. So I want to invite you to try this technique. Again, it's experiential, not just theoretical. Drop a comment. How does this affect you? I invite you to try this at a time when you feel tense or you lose confidence or something's just not going the way you expected. Give it a try. What the heck? It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. And again, you may want to do this in private the first couple of times you do this. And if you're doing it in public, if you happen to be in public and you're trying it, you can do it in a much smaller way where it's not as audible or not audible at all. But you're just playing with, I'm breathing in random amounts of shallowness and deepness and speed, like fast and slow, and just trying it out. And so I would just super invite you to do that. And Elizabeth, I love that you're loving picturing me doing this in my car. You know that San Diego traffic, because you've lived here, it can get bad sometimes. So thanks so much for chiming in. Anyway, I invite you to try this, drop a technique, and if I can ever help you with confidence, please reach out to me on LinkedIn. I would love to have a conversation. I help and support primarily women leaders in embodying and radiating head-to-toe confidence. And one of the ways that I do that is sharing these unexpected techniques. I do a lot more depth work with people to help them feel confident so they can get the promotions they want, get the impact they want, and really show up the way they want to in the world. Anyway, thanks so much. And I will be broadcasting live. I'll be on LinkedIn Live twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 11 Pacific. So look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care, everybody.